Good morning, 6:08 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, date 10/28/2011. Gap open down list on Nasdaq comp starting with CPSI. There is a fairly decent long gap down list, and most of it is earnings related, and a gap down in the futures this morning after a record setting high in the S&P and Dow and all indexes across the board. So what we are going to be looking at is that these are the failures. Now Priceline's not in that group. The rest of them are. And we had lots of earnings coming out last night after the closing bell. So, and there's going to naturally be some profit taken, as most bulls have set the rally out, because they have. Now, on the flip side of the gap open list, we have BIDU at 9.36. We have Decker, who reported a good quarter, talked a little bit about their guidances and things of that nature, and we know exactly where we stand on that. Some of the gap ups that we have right now, we had a huge run yesterday. We'll be looking at how we trade both the support level on BIDU and the resistance level. And not only that, we have 140 calls. We have 145 calls. Yes, they are for this expiration. We also have the upper end of that 150 put that we'll be looking at. So if we bounce above it wherever we fell out, we got also a 155 put, because pre-market highs last night on BIDU were 152 and some change. Go look at the live video. Now, on the other hand, is that on an options weekly expiration is how they take the premiums out of the 155 call after inflating it on the open, and we'll be monitoring it. And we'll be monitoring the trade as to how it works. We'll also be monitoring the fact that trade management is to understand the mathematical equations between the long call, the short put, and the current trends, and the cycle of the trends, overbought, oversold, and how many people are going to chase the market, as we are experts in that field. We won't talk about that, but if you ever want to learn, you can go to our special documentary on high frequency volume trading machines versus human transactions within the Wall Street transaction model, and how they survive, and what kind of gimmicks and manipulations, and how to think outside of the box to have an understanding. Stay tuned for that one. The other things that are gapping up, Sign is gapping up in sympathy with the BIDU. The Decker was an earnings. Soho, another Chinese. So you got you got three Chinese ADRs in here that are on the broader gap up list. NetEase is another Chinese one, so you can add that to it, and the rest of them are earnings related. Options expiration week. Get ready, MMTs. I'm going to be giving out limit orders. On the NYSE, we can take a snapshot view of their gap opened up, where 60% of the program actually occurs. And we do specialize in program trading. So if you ever are watching this video and you want to learn things that are way beyond the comprehension you understand, hey, we're happy to service you. Here you are right now on the gap open list. You got a 2.73, 2.36. Look at here. Now, the ones that are gapping up, just like the Nasdaq comp, they're gapping up because they're earnings related. Now, on the flip side of it, we can take a look here on the gap open down on this options expiration. Whirlpool missed its earnings miserably, and that's weighing on it. Precision Cast Parts, for the most part, you have a very long list of 1.00 ratio or higher that qualifies on our gap open up or down list. Let it be known that most of these things that are within here are earnings related, as earnings were piling in last night. And it's an options expiration, so you can see that after this wonderful move that people, and how many people were in it? Not very many people. A lot of people sat on the sideline. Why? Because high frequency volume machines ran these tapes, and then all of the retail public and analysts and everybody buy into it. And now, one of the things that we want people to understand, and we're not going to do it here and now, the markets are going to open in 16 minutes, but we will be doing specials over the weekend. We feel it's our due diligence, because of our experience, to let individuals understand how the exchange model really works today and how high frequency artificial buy and sell volume works in the tape, where the public just doesn't have a clue.